snapper next to him. Shit, strong.
So it turned out to be a really good decision the day before to change the islands, and after heading back to a sort of more calmer spot, yeah, I had a great session, and I decided I'd hit it again, but you know, first light really early, thinking it's going to be even better. As is often the case, it doesn't turn out like that. So I spent that day casting for about 7 hours pretty much straight, and didn't see a thing, just had a few little taps from needlefish. But yeah, you just can't get disheartened, you just got to keep at it. It's the kind of fishing it is. You never know when the next hit's going to come, and it can be hours or even days before the next good hit. But if you haven't got that lure in the water, you're certainly not going to catch anything.
How's everything?
Good, how are you?
Very good.
I was just trying to remember your name.
Victor.
Victor, how's it going?
Yeah, I brought you back here a couple of times last
Yeah, oh, I remember you well, yeah. Yeah, good to see you again.
How's it been?
Yeah, today was dead.
Nothing?
Not even, only a needlefish hitting, nothing.
No.
But yesterday was good. I had a big pescayo, rooster, big one.
Right here?
Yeah. And jack. So yeah, yesterday we went out and it was dead.
It's been dead out there.
And I said, oh, let's come back this way and no fish here, and boom, boom. But today, dead. Where has it been good? Anywhere, or just?
It's been just slow everywhere, pretty much.
Really?
Yeah. I've been fishing and it's been quite difficult. Don't know why. You know, it's not good every day, but it's been quite low.
For a while, yeah? Ah, that's funny.
What month were you here last year?
About the same time,
About
maybe
same, yeah.
2 weeks later.
Oh.
Maybe 2 weeks later. But it's always better to have a longer leader. As long as it doesn't affect my casting, it's fine. Because you really need to get distance here. It's really, really important. Because the second hit I had from the rooster was right on a big cast, and it hit it at maximum distance. So you just don't know where they're going to be. The one that I caught was closer in. I don't know if it followed it. No idea. Or it was down somewhere, I don't know. But I know the one that hit it right out the back was a long way out. Good 100 meters or so out. So I've been really pleased with this to-do travel, because I normally bring the two-piece rods, which are great, but this has been brilliant. Because it's allowed me to travel a lot easier. It's a lot cheaper to take a suitcase, and also it's just easier, of course, when you've got a big tube. Taxes and everything can be a bit more expensive, more complicated. So yeah, it's nice to travel with the travel rods, but I definitely wouldn't compromise. If the rod wasn't good enough, I'd be taking a two-piece every time. But these rods are great. It's nice when it's smooth, because you can really work those top waters, make a nice trail across the surface. And it's ideal for the roosters. Because you really need to get distance here. It's really, really important. Oh, can't believe it. Needlefish. First one that's actually hooked up. A good one. Flipping that. I don't know if it'll stay on. So these are nice fight on light tackle. Okay, so finally a needlefish that stayed on. Definitely not targeting these, but you know, you're bound to hook a few, so that's not a bad one, but I'm going to get him back quick.
So the next day I decided to head to the front of the island, which has a bit more wave action, and on my last trip, on the very last day, I'd managed to hook into another really nice roosterfish. Now it's a really nice spot where I've caught a lot of fish from on previous trips as well. It's a kind of spot that gets a bit tricky on the higher tides as the waves can come right over the rocks where you are. But with the tide dropping, it's perfect.
Okay, gracias. Okay, first cast of the morning. Something, oh, needlefish again. If you're going to sit off a rock and find a spot, you need to find somewhere where you think fish are going to pass by, and off the end of this point you really get some good current, and that's really what can make the difference. Holy moly, comes away. That's what happens when a freak wave comes. That was like bigger than anything in the last 40 minutes. And shit. Whew, took my lure, but I got it. I'm glad I moved my camera. And the tide's going down. Whoa, what's that? Okay. Onto a good fish. Shit, it just jumps about flipping meters out the water. Definitely looked like a rooster from what I saw. It's going down that corner. That's gone down quite deep, man. I've got to try to get around there, I think. Shit. I think this. How to get round there. Yeah. Last time I had a rooster here and I got across there, I got absolutely hammered by a wave. I'm thinking if I should go on that rock. But it's coming back round this side now. It's sort of coming up a little bit now. Oh dear. So slippery here. I've got to make a decision here. I think I'm going to have to go over to that rock, because if I leave it too late, he'll break me off, he'll break the line off for sure. I've got to get round there. If I go out to that rock and then he goes around, I could also be in trouble. These waves are... too late. Just don't want to slip over. I think it's the right thing because could have got me on the rocks there. Think of where I get a chance where I can land him. There's no obvious places. I'm just going further out. Okay. There's a rooster, all right. Try to. Oh my gosh, there's a big snapper next to him. Big Kabira snapper came up to have a look. Look at that. Try to bring him around here and up here with the wave. It's not going to be easy. It's always the hardest part, is the landing. Hanging on by a thread now. Okay. Okay, beautiful big rooster. First thing in the morning. It's been quiet, so absolutely over the moon to get into this. But I want to get him back as soon as possible. So yeah, absolutely brilliant. Okay, it's boiling hot now, absolutely roasting, but the key to this fishing really is just to keep that lure in the water as much as you can, cover as much ground. I'm using this to-do travel and really over the moon with it. I'm getting 100 meters and plus on the cast without any effort, because when you're fishing for like 6-7 hours in a row, you don't want to be putting a lot of effort into that cast, otherwise you're going to wreck your arm within a short space of time and ruin the rest of the trip. So yeah, I can just literally load it up, just load from my back leg to the front, and it just flies out. It's really important to keep that lure moving fast, especially whilst it's out the back, while you can't see anything behind it. As I get in a little bit closer, and I can see if there's nothing like a rooster following it, I can slow it around down a little bit, save my arms. And just if I see something following and like a rooster, I'd speed up again. That's how I do it, because there's no way you can sort of cast 100 meters and keep it coming in at Mach 4 all the way top speed and last for, you know, 6 or 7 hours. So it's sort of those for me, that first bit of the retrieve is really important, to get some good speed up, a lot of splashing, see if there's anything passing by there, and then just slow it down closer in and have a look.
So it ended up being another amazing session. Just one fish, but the fish that I was after, the roosterfish, and it only needs to be one fish to make an amazing session. And again, the travel rod performed brilliant around the rocks, working the lure, controlling the fish, the reach really coming in handy again. And I basically forgot I had a travel rod, just felt like I had my 2-piece rod to-do with me. Definitely be taking them again on trips like this. So next morning would be my final session of the trip. So I went out for a session, obviously got there at first light as usual. It's great when you've already got a couple of roosters under your belt. It's better than my expectations, to be honest, in a 1-week trip. So anything would be a bonus.
Yeah, it's quite a walk to this point. There's no way you can get that boat anywhere nearer because the waves are really big on the point. Just gonna take it easy in the dark. It's not easy with a high tide. Definitely easier on the lower. And these rocks are slippery as heck. Plus I've got a heck of a lot of gear. Possibly too much. Once you're out here, it's always good to have all the gear that you need. You just never know. Got plenty of water. I've got the drone. Load of lures. Fruit. It all adds up. And go up here. There's some big sets come through here, so I'll get up here quick. And on this corner it's pretty safe. Okay, I've arrived. Yeah, yesterday I caught the roosterfish from this rock. It's covered now with the waves. So that's not fishable yet, obviously. And that wave that just went over, I moved to that on that rock that the wave just went over, and I landed it up here. So that'll all be fishable in probably an hour. Tide moves so quick here, or maybe less, I don't know. It'll be fishable on those rocks anyway in about an hour or less. So I'm going to start off just here. Got my place set up, it's the only place that doesn't get hit by the waves. Just going to fish this area, which is good. See how it goes. It's the last morning. If I don't get another fish on this trip, totally okay with that. I've done better than I expected really in the short time, a couple of roosters. I know how hard they are to get into. Okay, so I think I've got about another probably 20 minutes before it's safer to get on there. So I want to go so I can cast out all the way along the front there. Thankfully this is the highlights of the trip. If you see the full thing, it would be the most boring film ever. It's hours and hours and hours of casting with nothing. So, but when you do get a fish, it's well worth it. Okay, shit. Rooster here is so close in, came off. Well, that's really frustrating. I had a rooster on them, but it's right in close, and I didn't strike like I normally would. I wanted it to sort of go out because I thought it's just going to break on the rocks because I'm about like 10 meters or more back. So it didn't hit in the ideal space, so I didn't put as much pressure on as I normally would and got off the hook. So anyway, back at it. It's really frustrating losing that rooster and you spend so many hours, but that's all part of the game. I'll come round to this side anyway because it's really quite tricky there. If you do hook one in close, getting it out, it can make a big difference. So maybe it's a little bit quieter here, maybe, I don't know. I had follows yesterday and in the past I've seen roosters here, so possibly just as good a spot and definitely a lot easier to get fish out here, I would say. And I do like being up high where you can see everything. It's easier if you're being chased. The other spot, you've got the sun basically in your eyes and really makes it difficult. Like, I don't know if that rooster was chasing before that hit, all of a sudden bam, I was on. Might have just been like that, but at least from up here you can see what's happening. So yeah, I'm gonna fish here for a while now, and if it's quiet I might go back there last kind of half hour or so. Oh, I'm on with the, oh, what's that? I think it's over a jack. Shit. Shit, strong. Holy moly. Right near that edge, I need this rod. Crikey. It's big. Can't let it go around that point though. Oh no. It's really... And get it around this front bit. Oh my god. Oh. Wonder if it just... I think it might be a jack. Yeah, it could be just a big jack. Yeah, it is. Oh, I've got to get it this side. Decent jack. Look like hell. Let's just bring it up with a wave if it stays on. Okay, so a really big jack, flipping neck, nearly got me around on the corner there. Unfortunately, this one's got it badly in the gills, and I'm gonna have to take it back. I'll eat some of it and give the rest to the place I'm staying, who said if I can bring any fish. So it's a real shame that. But anyway, happy to get onto a nice fish, and yeah, let's get back at it. Yeah, it's my little treat, Perrier water. I found that on the way down in the supermarket, so got a few. Can't believe how nice it tastes out here today, even though it's not cold. Bit of a shame about losing that fish in the way of it, you know, getting done in the gills. I think it was the assist hooks. I started using assist hooks over the last days because I lost so many roosters. I missed hitting it, coming up from not behind like I expected, coming up from below. So I put the assist hook on. Yeah, the last rooster I got, he went away fine. It was no problem. So it's just pot luck, but it won't go to waste, the fish. I'll eat it today, and the people where I'm staying asked for some fish.
So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, I've got quite a few other videos fishing in Central America on my channel there. Next video is going to be fishing in the USA.